Good day, young scholars. I am Elijah Hawkins, a settler here in Nashville since the turn of the century. Let me share with you the tempestuous times we've lived through and how they've shaped this great nation. First, understand this. The role of our federal government has been the bedrock of heated debates since 1800. My life here on the frontier has been directly influenced by these debates, and I've watched the rise of two opposing political parties, the Democrats and the Whigs. Now, Andrew Jackson, a man of our own soil here in Tennessee, rose to prominence leading the Democrats. His vision was for a government that favored the common man, like many of us here on the frontier. Jackson opposed the National Bank, a monolith that he believed favored wealthy Eastern elites over the common folk. His distrust of this institution led to its eventual demise, a move that had both its champions and its critics. The Whigs, led by Henry Clay, held a different vision. They advocated for a strong federal government that could create a balanced economy through a national bank and protective tariffs. These tariffs, mind you, were designed to protect American industry from foreign competition, but they greatly affected us. The tariffs of 1828 and 1832, for instance, led to significant tension between the northern industrialists and southern planters, culminating in South Carolina's nullification crisis. You see, our nation was a patchwork of differing interests and beliefs. In our region, the focus was often on expansion. Settlers like myself were constantly pushing westward, seeking new lands and opportunities. This expansion, however, came at a grave cost to the American Indian populations. Our government's policies led to a series of conflicts and forced relocations, a dark chapter in our nation's history. Jackson's presidency exemplified these tensions. His Indian Removal Act of 1830, which led to the tragic Trail of Tears, remains a stark reminder of the complexities and consequences of federal policy. Now, let's talk about the practicalities of these policies. Take the Maysville Road veto in 1830. Jackson vetoed a bill that would have allowed federal funding for a road in Kentucky, arguing that such projects should be funded by states. This stance resonated with many of us who believed in limited federal intervention. But it's not just about roads and banks. The spoils system, initiated under Jackson's administration, changed the nature of our government. It meant that public offices were often awarded based on loyalty rather than merit. This system had profound implications for the functioning of our government. Reflect on this, students. The decisions made in Washington, far from our homes in Tennessee, had real tangible impacts on our lives. The debates over the national bank, tariffs, and internal improvements weren't just political rhetoric. They were about the livelihood and future of people like me. As you return to your own time, remember the complexity of these years. The story of America's growth is a tapestry woven with threads of ambition, conflict, and the unyielding spirit of its people. Carry with you the lessons from our past, for they are the keys to understanding your future.